Hi, I'm Lee Thurburn, and I'm talking today with Mike Blake. He's the owner of Mike Blake Custom Homes, and Mike builds a lot of houses, and they are beautiful. I've seen lots of pictures and videos of the houses that he builds, and if you don't have a Mike Blake home, you're going to want one. I promise you that. Mike, tell us how you got into the home business. What's kind of a little history of just what got you going in this thing?
Well, first, thanks, Lee, for doing this. I'm really excited about the video and a little bit about us. It's kind of a story probably people have heard before. I grew up a kid of a builder, and I remember raking yards and sweeping out houses when I was 10 years old. And then later, as I got into high school, became a carpenter's assistant. I remember kind of a funny, just little side story. I remember telling my dad that I'm going off to college, Dad, so I don't have to build houses. And you always got to be careful about what you say and what you say you're not going to do, because life has a kind of funny sense of humor about making it come full circle. But anyway, so I went to college, graduated from college, and got into a different field altogether for about 8 years. And then I guess at about 31, I looked around and said, you know what, I need to make a change in life. And I started thinking, okay, what do I know? And I know a little bit about construction at the time. So I got into the Dallas market and started building and working with different home builders in the Dallas market. I worked with a lot of the big national builders, D.R. Horton, Newmark, Dries, Beazer, and others. Then after about 10 years of that, I decided I wanted to make it my career out of that. So I went back to school, got a master's degree, wanted to move up into management. Did that, moved into management, spent the last couple of years of my career in the Dallas market as a VP with D.R. Horton. Then left in about 2008. We started our own company in 2009, just perfect timing right at the beginning of the recession. And during that time, we built our first home year one. And then since then, we just keep getting a little bit bigger. And today we build 15 to 20 houses a year. And that's kind of our sweet spot. That's probably where we're going to stay. And we build in the East Dallas market all the way to about an hour east of Dallas, Rockwall area.
So, Mike, what are give me the sort of the general price and size range. What's your sweet spot for building homes?
That's a great question. It changed over the years. When you first get into, you start your own business, and particularly in the building business, you're not going to jump in and build a 5,000 square foot house. I mean, you're going to start off with small custom homes, and that's kind of where we got started. Today, we will build homes anywhere from about 1,800 square feet all the way up to houses. We have one under construction right now that's a little over 10,000 square feet. The thing that I tell people all the time that ask me that question, because our website shows a bunch of different styles of homes, a bunch of different price ranges, is we just love building houses. Kim and I are real passionate about it. And it doesn't matter to us. We built a 1,500 square foot house on Lake Fork last year, and we loved every minute of it. Wonderful people. So that's just in our heart. We love to build houses, and the size really doesn't matter so much to us.
So, growing a business is always a challenge, and you've obviously figured out how to not just only build the homes, but also get a steady supply of clients. What are the things that have been successful for you in terms of marketing strategies and tools? And what are the, what kind of advice would you give to somebody that, is in a home building business or just in business in general about how to grow your business?
Well, marketing and sales kind of go hand in hand, and you kind of have to have an understanding of both and how they kind of intermingle with each other. Lee, I know you know this, that the sales is all about emotion, and people make decisions about buying something based on emotion. They reinforce it with fact. So what I'm always trying to do in our marketing effort is to create some emotion. If someone lands on our webpage, the first thing I want them to be grabbed by is kind of a sense of wow. So that's kind of the first emotion I always like to kind of create on our website. And that holds people there on the website too. It gets them, you call it kind of being sticky. Your website is, it makes people stick to it, and they become curious and they start looking. And then that sense that you're trying to build in your website of emotion, and then you try to back it up with some great facts. We have a great page on our website. It just talks about energy efficiency, and we get compliments on that all the time about how much information is on there. So again, you're creating some emotion, you're reinforcing it with fact that you're a good builder or you have a good product, whatever it may be. So that's really how we approach the marketing side of the equation. And it doesn't matter if it's online or offline. We kind of take the same approach.
So what's in the future for Mike Blake Homes? You going to try to become another D.R. Horton? Or are you happy where you're at? I mean, what are your plans for the future?
That's a good question too. I mean, I think, today we really like where we're at. I mean, we have 2 full-time construction managers, and we're probably going to hire a 3rd. And that's probably where our company is going to kind of, I guess the term you used earlier is a sweet spot. That's kind of our sweet spot. That's what we can manage as a family-owned business, and we can manage that well. So that's probably where we'll stay. And just in that could mean building 15 houses a year. That could mean building 25 houses a year, depending on the size. Okay.
Well, Mike, thank you for sharing some time and thoughts with us today. Really appreciate it. And I know, I know you're going to be successful. You've obviously figured out how to be a master at your trade, and you build beautiful homes. Folks, if you're interested in seeing what Mike does, go to MikeBlakeHomes.com and check out his website. He's got some beautiful homes there and lots of pictures, and you just get a real good idea of what he does. Mike, thanks for your time today.
Thank you, Lee.